So I made this post and I said in it that when you are a young professional and you get bulk money, that the first thing you want to buy is not a car. I know that our young people love cars. Nigerian youth love cars. And then there were all kinds of comments. People were saying, oh, you need car to package yourself so that you can get a job. Others said, car is also a business. Car adds to your status. And I find one particular response interesting. So this young man says, life is very short. There are those people who didn't buy a car and they were saving money and they were doing delayed gratification and then they died without enjoying life. I said, that's interesting because I've heard that sentiment before. Enjoying life. So I hear this sentiment all the time. Enjoy your money. Life is short. Enjoy life. Spend your money. And I think that that's a very, very concerning mindset. This mindset, oh, life is short. Enjoy your money. Spend your money. And then you also hear people who come to tell the men, you know, you are training these children, your children, and they will go for their mother. They will leave you alone in old age. So men, take care of yourself. The woman will take the children and then run away with the children and then leave you alone. So they say, enjoy your money. Take care of yourself. So I hear that sentiment all the time. So tonight, we are going to be talking about how to manage your money responsibly and still enjoy a luxury lifestyle. Don't you love that? In other words, you can eat your cake and still have it. You know, so how to manage your money responsibly and still enjoy a luxury lifestyle. You know, so if you're a normal person, you know, like myself, we want to live luxuriously. We want to live comfortably. And then many times when we go online and then we see people in their yachts, we see people, you know, flying business class or in their private jets and all that. So there's something in you that wants to live like that, you know. Or you see people who have luxury clothes. You know, they are wearing all these expensive labels. Like my friend a couple of years ago, when I was still struggling. A couple of years ago, he traveled to the US and then he bought a shoe for $1,000, you know, which at that time was like it was a big deal. Just give me a second. Let me fix some technical situation here. Okay, just one moment. Okay, so my friend went to the States, and then he came back, you know, with it was a shoe for $1,000, and then I mean in today's conversion, you're converting $1,000 to the naira. That is 100. Oh, wait a minute, that's 1.5 million on shoes, on a pair of shoes, you know. So people generally want to live the luxurious life. But what's going on is that people think that managing your money responsibly and living luxuriously are mutually exclusive. That's the fulcrum of our conversation tonight. Are they truly mutually exclusive? In other words, living luxuriously and managing your money responsibly, are they mutually exclusive? By the way, tell me what you think in the comment section. Can you manage your money responsibly and still live luxuriously, live the luxury lifestyle? What do you think? Type in the comment section. So those of you on TikTok, those of you on Facebook, and here on Zoom, tell me, is it possible to manage your money responsibly and still live the luxurious lifestyle? What do you think? Our topic tonight is we're looking at how to manage your money responsibly and still live the luxury lifestyle. And the question is is it possible? Or are both of them mutually exclusive? Can you have one and the other? Or once you have one, you're managing your money responsibly, you can't have luxury lifestyle. Or if you're having luxury lifestyle, you can't manage your money responsibly. What do you think? Type in the comment section quickly. And then those of you in Zoom, type in the chat. What do you think? Can you manage your money responsibly and still live the luxury lifestyle? Or are both of them mutually exclusive? Because when you look at it, it is like a spectrum. It's like a spectrum. You find people who manage their lives, manage their finances so strictly that, you know, they're so over managing their finances that the thing is squeezing life out of them. Okay. Okay. Too much of physics says, yes, it's possible. You can live a luxury on your budget. I like that. So that word you introduced, that word called budget, is important in today's conversation. It's very, very important in today's conversation. All right. Stephen says luxury is based on one's definition. Fantastic. Now, you guys are already unpacking the conversation tonight. That word, budget, that Too Much of Physics said, and then Stephen, that phrase, luxury is based on one's definition. Okay, and on Zoom, God's Will says you can have both, because if you know what you're doing, okay, that's if you know what you're doing, you can have both. Okay, very good, very good. So we're on the same page here. So I'm saying that on the spectrum, there are those who so manage their finances that it borders on, you know, the character Scrooge. On that, in that book, it's been a long time I read that book, you know, the Christmas story or something, you know, but there was this character Scrooge. And then you find sometimes there are people, I've read stories about beggars or a homeless person in the United States. I forget the details, but this homeless person died, and then they found a wad, some tens of thousands of dollars, you know, with him. But he died homeless and had so much cash. So there are people, you know, who are that way. They so manage and overmanage that they don't have a life. They have money, but they don't have a life. Then at the far end of the spectrum are those who don't manage at all. They don't manage responsibly. They are so, everything is just luxury. As the money comes, it goes. Okay, so I've met some young people in Lagos who call themselves commissioner for enjoyment. So they party like crazy. And I had one young man a couple of months ago, he was boasting that he went to a nightclub and spent $30,000 in a nightclub in one night. And he came out and he was telling people about that. So there is that spectrum of people who just live this insane luxury lifestyle. And then you find a lot of such things, such fake life on social media. You find people, you know, packaging themselves so incredibly luxurious. They look so wealthy, so rich. And people are like, oh, I tap into your grace. Oh, I want to be like you when I grow up. Oh, and all that. But these guys are broke. So they are on that other spectrum. People don't even mind to borrow to show off. There are people who borrow and they rent clothes to go for a party and show off. And then they come back, they return the clothes. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And the secret to my not being able to do that is that I do not measure myself. I do not attach my value to any material object, no matter what it is. But that is the problem. A lot of people are so attached to their cars that if anything happens to their car, it's as if something has poked their ego. If something happens to their car, so they bought this car that they're so happy about, they're telling everybody about it, they're so, my car. they are showing the people all over the place. Then, God forbid, they have an accident and then somebody dents that car. It's as if that accident, is very personal to them because it affects their self-esteem, their self-worth. So you want to grow yourself to the point that you are not defined by your house. You are not defined by your mansion. This is the material things. The flood can come and carry it away. So the car can go. And they will bring newer models than that one you're riding, in a couple of months. And there will always be someone, to buy better cars and newer cars, than yourself. So how can you attach yourself? How can you attach your value to a material thing? Some of us attach our value to our titles. Archbishop, Reverend Alhaji, Engineer this. It's just so insane in this part of the world. Doctor, Chief, Alhaji, Engineer this. My goodness. You are crazy. You are crazy. Addicted to titles. So, what were you before you became doctor, whatever? What were you before you became engineer something? And also, now, okay, and some people, I am the head of department of this. I am the director general of. So what happens when you retire? You are no longer director general. So what happens? And that's what happens to a lot of people. They answer big titles. So by the time they now retire, they are totally worthless because they attach themselves to that title, to that job, to that whatever it is, to that title, to that political office. So when they are no longer that, that's it. Everything falls. So that's why I'm able to live. This is why it's important. What Stephen said earlier. Stephen said that luxury is what you define it. And so that's actually the very first thing. So before we begin to tackle the subject, how to manage your money responsibly and still live a luxury lifestyle. So the first thing is actually to define what luxury is to you. I'm always stressing this point that you always need to define what things mean to you and not allow the society to define it for you. Because the moment you start allowing society to define things for you, you start getting in trouble. A lot of people are poor today because they are trying to fit themselves into what society defines as rich. Who told you that those things that society define as rich is what rich is? So define rich for you. Define luxury for you. And when you define it, you will discover that many of the things you're talking about, many of the things you're thinking about, that's not even a money thing. It's not even a financial situation. For example, I define my success. I define my luxury lifestyle as peace in my home. Peace in my home. Which one is luxury? Okay, let's say you have that your yacht. You have your private jet. You and your husband, you have not been sleeping in one room for 5 years. Yeah, there are couples like that, people like that. They don't talk to each other in the house. Big mansion, filled with all big things, but they don't even see one another. In fact, there was somebody was telling me about, not very far from here, because he's a big person. So the wife something happened. And it's like, how can it happen? The wife is there. Or that the man is, how can that happen, And they're telling two different things. The guy said that by the nature of what he does, what the man does, that they may not see each other in the same house for 2-3 months. And you call that luxury. Okay? And I know families who live in luxurious places. I know, not that I'm told. They live in hefty mansions, powerful mansions. They have houses all over. They have houses in Europe. They have houses in Dubai. They have houses in the US. Real story. But their children are on drugs. Children on drugs, like almost irretrievable on drugs. Do you call that luxury? And you think I will envy you for that kind of? No, you can take your house, take that your big mansion. That's not luxury for me. So define what luxury is for you. Do not allow social media to define it for you. So luxury is I come back home and then, I'm hugging my wife, I'm hugging my children, and then we sit at the table and we're eating a decent meal and laughing over it. That is luxury. That is luxury. Luxury is I can travel and I can plan to travel, to go on vacation, to go somewhere. I can plan it. And then I just travel. Many times I'm not able to do that travel, but I can go on a retreat somewhere. So I used to escape, to Canaan land. Very, very serene place. 2, 3 a.m. you come out there. That place is just amazing, just wonderful. Flowers everywhere, street lights. I can think, I can meditate. So sometimes when I want to write my book, I go there. It's luxury. It's luxury. And then sometimes maybe I can go to Singapore or go to Dubai at that particular time. But Ghana has incredible beaches. I get lost in the beaches of Ghana. Some of you might have seen some pictures I took, some of those beaches. Fantastic. That's luxury to me. And I do not need to have Dangote level kind of money. I do not need to have all these celebrities who are showing you Lamborghini. I don't have a fraction of the money. These musicians, I don't want to mention their names, but you know them. Showing you G-Wagon, showing you, I don't have a fraction of the money these people have. But my vacation is incredible. And then those guys, good, the food is amazing. The local food, the seafood, or in Sierra Leone, I attend a local restaurant, by the beach, where if you want to eat prawn, lobster, they dive into the ocean. They have a place, they dive into the ocean and bring that lobster out and prepare for you there, guys. That is luxury. And I don't have a fraction of the money of these musicians, these very wealthy musicians who are on social media, dragging who is wealthier than this one. Okay, today is Burna Boy is wealthy, Wizkid is wealthy, Davido is. Those people have a lot of money. I don't have one fraction. I don't have 1% of what they have. But I have luxury. I do have the luxury. So the first thing for you is define what luxury means to you. Type in the comment, everybody type in the comment section. Do not let social media define luxury lifestyle for you. Everyone type it, it's a requirement. Do not let social media define luxury lifestyle for you, because they will deceive you, they will kill you. And then they will set a standard that they are not even following. And then you, foolishly, you let them define it. You go and get yourself broke for life, trying to keep up with that thing that they are showing you on social media, which is fake. Okay, type in the comment section. Okay, how are we doing on TikTok? Okay, TikTok, I need to see more participation. All right, Kendrick, Sonto, Ifeanyi, makeup artist, General, Ayomide, Annie. All right, so I want to see participation, okay? And then type your questions. And then if you hear something that is an aha moment for you, type it so that I can see that. Okay? Do not let social media define luxury lifestyle for you. Everybody type it. Do not let social media define luxury. Do not let your neighbors define luxury. Do not let your church members define luxury lifestyle for you. Do not let your fellow makeup pilgrims define luxury for you. Do not let the people in your community, in the estate residents, define luxury for you. Define it on your own terms. That is the beginning of managing your finances responsibly, because it is impossible to manage your finances responsibly until you define what success means to you, until you define what your dream, what your goals are, and you don't let other people define it for you. Believe me, many of you are already financially free, but because you are letting other people define it for you, it's creating a lot of ingratitude in your heart. You are not grateful for so much good you have around you. You are not grateful that you can actually stand up and walk around and talk and afford data to be listening to something like this. Do you know what this would do for 1 million people if they were listening to this every day? Like I come out here to teach you. But they don't even have a smartphone to do that. And some of you listening to me have not been to the hospital, like myself, in the past 10, 20, 30 years. Not slept in a hospital. I haven't slept in a hospital. I don't recall the last time I slept in a hospital. I think the last time was, I was in Shell at the time, 2006, about 2006. So I had food poisoning. So I don't know what I ate, and I was stooling like crazy, you know. I was stooling like crazy, like every couple of minutes, you know. I was dehydrating real fast. So I went, so the doctors took a look at me and then decided to keep me, you know, for the night, to observe me for the night. And then the next day, I left. But there are people who have been in the hospital for the past 3 months. Don't you know someone like that? And there are people who have been in the hospital for 4 months. And there are other people who are in and out of the hospital every day. And there are people with some conditions, you know, that they were born with. And then they have to carry medication 24 hours. I had a very sad story the other time, a couple of days ago, about a person, a young person, maybe not so young, who lost her life because she had asthma attack and she did not have her inhaler close by. She had forgotten to take it with her or something like that. So by the time the friends were able to run out, get an inhaler and come back, you know, she was gone. There are people living like that. And even if you're that kind of person, there is still something to be thankful for. Look around you. You see, I like the songwriter who said, count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings. You have food, you find food to eat every day. You take that for granted. And then you have water to take a bath and water to drink. Guys, you take that for granted. Even in northern Nigeria here. I'm even talking about northern Nigeria. Many places in the villages in Nigeria, people trek for 5 kilometers with 25-liter gallons in their head to go get water. Don't you see them? Say yes in the comment section. Don't you see it? Even in your village. So maybe there's a borehole somewhere that somebody dug for them. And they have to trek. They trek 3 kilometers. And we did it even when we were growing up. You trek 3 kilometers with that thing on your head. So now some people who are wealthy enough have wheelbarrow to carry it. 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers there and then 5 kilometers back. And your own, you just walk into the bathroom, turn on the shower, and you have water. Guys, now, be thankful. Don't let social media confuse you and define wealth for you and define success for you. Don't let people define it for you. After I quit Shell, I did a couple of businesses, and then in recent times, I worked with Stanford University through the Stanford Seed Program. Amazing. I've had an incredible career journey. You know, started with Shell, left Shell for Chevron. After Chevron offered something much better, left Chevron for back to Shell. And then after that, you know, had all this, whatever, lecture in Lagos Business School, lecture in China Europe International Business School, lecture in Stanford University, a Stanford Seed Program. And then Then somebody sees me, in the farm, carrying cassava. And then it's like, this does not fit you. This does not fit you. How can eggshell stuff, you are there, carrying cassava, carrying palm oil, selling honey. Hey, they say it does not fit you. Who are you? Who defines what fits me? Do you see how people would have put me in unnecessary work? Me, I'm so proud of what I'm doing and I'm enjoying it. Driving into those bushes, talking with those village women, joking with them, buying from them, bantering with them, learning a little bit more about their cultures. Driving around, seeing forests, entering forests. Actually, tonight I was supposed to go with the hunters in one forest, the hunters that are supplying me honey, because I wanted to go there and then give you a few video clips. And people are like, hey, eggshell stuff. And then somebody even said, was he really eggshell stuff? Was it not, maybe it was a contract stuff. Hey. And then I remember a couple of years ago, somebody came, saw the phone I was using. And then he looked at it, said, Obo, this phone does not fit you. So do you see how people destroy you? When you don't define what success means to you, other people will destroy you. Who told you what fits me? Meanwhile, the phone at the time, all I was doing was make calls, answer my emails, answer calls, do text message. That was it. And it was serving for somebody. And he didn't say, oh, but this phone does not fit you. Let me buy for you. No. If he had said that, that would even have made more sense. And I was, thank you very much. Because you know what fits me. So why don't you go ahead and buy it for me? Now you want to put me under pressure based on your definition of what fits me. Listen, is this helping somebody? See, this thing we call poverty is a choice. So it is these little things I'm talking about. Because as I'm telling you this thing, this is actually what is making people poor. They want to live according to other people's expectations or definitions. And it's bad sometimes, go to the village because they hear all these things about Obo. And then, a relation told me once when I drove to the village, he said, Obo, at this time, anytime you're coming to the village, you should, Mopo should be following you, at your level. You should have mobile policemen. You should have entourage. You should have, what do they call this? Security and siren. You should be coming, my God. Okay, so that's the way I should be coming to the village. Why don't you arrange that for me? Why are you putting me on that unnecessary thing? Now, so if I now allow them to define success for me, that's how I'll be killing myself to try to meet that expectation. So when I'm going to the village, I'll go big, I'll hire security, and then they'll be clearing. Chairman is coming, chairman. The other day, somebody saw me. Somebody saw me. It's a senior man. He saw me in my car. It's a senior man. They were hailing me. Senior man. I said, which one is senior man? Because they hail you, give you all these very, stupid expectations. And then you now start destroying yourself. So number one, the secret of managing your finances responsibly while and still live a luxury lifestyle is to define what success means to you. Everybody type it in the comment section. Define what success means to you or to me. Okay? Type, I will define what success means to me. Type that sentence because I want it to register. I will define what success means to me. Remember the first thing I asked you to type is, I will not let social media define success or luxury for me. So now I'm saying, I will define what success means to me. Okay? Is this helping someone? Fantastic. Mulberry, yeah. Okay? Mulberry, very good. I see you've typed that. That's on TikTok. That's on TikTok. Okay. Okay, Louis Donaldson, thanks for joining on Facebook. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm getting lots of gifts on TikTok. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay. Perry Arias, thanks for joining. Benjamin Okai. Prissy Amwa. Okay. All right. So, Takba, I will define what success means to me. Priska says, I will define what success means to me. Okay. Lorena, I'm sorry if I'm murdering your name. Umbutra James. Okay, thanks for joining. That's on Facebook. Very good. That is the key. All right, let's look at what's going on Zoom. Okay, Godswill had already typed. Do not let social media define what luxury means to you. And then Njideka, of course, I will define what success means to me. And that's what I would like you to do. That's what I would like you to spend some time doing tonight. Because I find that I am freer when I define what success means to me, rather than to continue to follow what the society says success is. I find myself freer, carefree. I dress the way I want, where some of you catch me at the airport with my shorts and my shirt, you know. Good thing is that I look good. I'm a very handsome gentleman. So that's a good thing about my own situation, because anything I wear is great. Looks like fashion on me. Okay, so many of you know that I'm very good looking. You also say that. So and because of that, I'm free. I'm free. I'm not trying to make you happy. I'm not trying to please you. So I do not have to go and buy G-Wagon to please you and then to make you like me on social media. No, I'm free from things like that. Okay. So that is number one. Okay. Now, the second thing, we're talking about how to manage your money responsibly and still enjoy luxury lifestyle. So the first thing is to define what success means to you. The second thing now is to cut down your expenses. Believe me, there's nobody here. There's none of us listening to this. And those of you on YouTube as well, watching on YouTube. There's none of us who cannot look at our finances today and see where to cut down our expenses. In fact, let's do it as an experiment right now while I'm talking. All right? Where in your finances now can you cut down expenses? Everybody do this exercise. TikTok, Facebook, Zoom, YouTube, everybody. I'm going to read out your comments. Just take your own personal example. Where can you cut down expenses right now? For me, it's something as simple as, like here, NEPA cuts power. Okay, well, in our own English, we say takes light. They take light. So for those of you who don't speak Nigerian English, when you hear that NEPA took light, we just say that it was a power cut. Okay, so there's no electricity. So here, electricity comes and goes, and they don't announce when it's coming, when it's going. So sometimes is out for 20 hours. And then all of a sudden, they might bring it back. They might restore the power at any time. And it could be when you're not in the house. So sometimes the air conditioner is on. The air conditioning is on when there was power. And then they cut power. Then the next day, I'm out in the farm or working somewhere. And then in the middle of the day, they restore power. And then what happens when I had forgotten to turn on the AC? The AC will now stay on. The ACs in the house will now stay on until I have gone and come. That is a lot of waste. So how can I cut down expenses in that situation? I make sure that anytime there's a power cut, so I've made it automatic. Anytime there's a power cut, I turn off the AC. So I can cut down expenses. I can cut down on utility. All right. So what are your examples? Give me your examples. Where can you cut down expenses right now? Okay. In utility, in clothes. Some of us, especially our sisters, you make clothes that you use once and don't touch again in another 2 or 3 years or 5 years. You have shoes that you haven't worn in 6 months. If I'm telling the truth, please say true. You have shoes you haven't worn for 1 year. You have clothes that you have not touched for 2 years, for 3 years. You can cut down expenses, you know. And then someone like me, I find myself, you know, always buying gadgets, especially when I travel to the States, to the US. I buy so many things. I come back and it's like, in fact, as it's getting to the house, it's like, why in the world did I buy this? And I've never used it. I have gadgets. Even this last trip I made to the US, I bought something, you know, which is like a platform. Paid a lot of money for it, like a platform that can allow me to walk standing, walk sitting, talk to the world. And the thing still is in its wraps. And sincerely, I've never needed it. So why did I buy it the first time? So I can cut down my expenses on gadgets. I'm too gadget-philic. Is there anything like that? Yeah, gadget-philic. Can somebody spell that? I'm too gadget-philic. And I don't know if anybody else is like me here. If you're like me, just say like me. Type like me there. You buy so many gadgets. You know, you see nice gadgets, and then it's so difficult, especially when they advertise it. You know, good marketers advertise this thing. And then I look at it. A new phone, a new something, new microphone. I bought microphones for podcasts that I spent thousands of dollars buying. For podcasts that I never have used. Thousands of dollars. So now I'm becoming, anytime I see gadgets or I enter or I travel to the US and I'm seeing gadgets and I get to a place, I deliberately, I take something. Before I like something, I just put it in there. Put it in the cart. You know, but these days, I will stand there for like minutes questioning, how do I really need? Just doing some serious critical thinking. And this is, my wife may have noticed. So I just look at it and then drop it. So I cut expenses. All right. So Njideka says she can cut down expenses in clothing and jewelry. Okay. Too much. Effizi says, I stopped my DSTV subscription to cut down expenses. Very good. Many times you do not need all those things. These days you have YouTube, you have all kinds of places where you can literally listen to anything going on in the world. Okay, Chinweze says he will cut down on transportation, take walks when I can, eat at home, and cut down eating in restaurants. Fantastic. You will be amazed how much eating out in restaurants, you know, cost a lot of people. How much money you will spend, how much money you will save just doing your own cooking. Just doing your own cooking. I was once in a hotel in VI. As crazy as it sounds, the seafood okra was, if I remember correctly, like 30-something thousand. 30-something thousand. Then by the time they give you, okay, I think the seafood okra with some swallow, like one, it came up to like 30-something thousand. And at that time, with 37,000 naira, if I cook for myself the same seafood okra, I will use it for days. But it was just blown up in one meal. Okay. Fortunately, it was my host. I was running a program, so I was a speaker in the program. So they were the ones who paid, you know. But the thing pained me actually, personally, because if it's not money I spend myself, I also don't want my employer to spend it. All right. So Dr. Wazinge says, pursuing one's passions and interests with purpose and purpose dedication, cultivating nurturing relationships that bring joy, embracing lifelong learning. Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, so The assignment is for you to go home and then look out for a number of places where you can cut down expenses. Okay, then step number 3. Pay yourself first. Everybody type it again. I can't emphasize this enough. I mean, it's surprising, but also not surprising, because I didn't know myself. I didn't pay myself first. When I was working, when I was doing 9 to 5, it was a foreign concept to me. But if you are, we're talking about managing your finances responsibly and still enjoy luxury lifestyle. So, pay yourself first. Why paying yourself first is important in this conversation is that that's one way you guarantee your future, because you're saving money that you're going to invest for your future. Because if you are not investing, you don't have a future. Type that. If I am not investing, I do not have a future. Personalize it so that the thing will hit you. If you're not investing today, you don't have a future. So pay yourself first. And then some people have recommended what they call 50-30-20. 50-30-20 framework for budgeting. You can start with that if you don't have something. So they say 50 is for 50%, for your needs, the things that you really have to, like rent, utilities, and things like that. If you're paying tuition, so they classify those as needs. There's also food and water. Then they say 30% for your wants. That's where all the eating out comes in. That's where all the partying, and then you want to have a drink with friends and all that. So 30%, or you decide, okay, I want to have pepper soup today, and then the 20% is for investing. That's the one you pay yourself. So that is very important. The next step is that step number 4 now, is buy quality materials. You'll be surprised. Yeah, I'm saying it. Buy quality materials. Buy high quality materials. There was, in 2007, I was in Holland. I was in Rijswijk, the Netherlands. And I bought some sports wares. I bought some t-shirts and sports shirts from Holland. Do you know that up till maybe just last year, in fact, if I look for it, I'll see, because I got new set of jogging shirts. But do you know, up till last year, and in fact, as I'm talking to you, because I haven't used it for a long time, but it's there, those clothes are still where they are. They are still like I bought them in 2007 in the Netherlands. Then some of you may have seen things you bought. You bought something high quality, 5 years, 7 years, you're still using that shoe. But it was very expensive when you bought it. Is there any witness? Yeah, just raise your hand. Say something. Just type witness. Type witness in the comment section. You bought something that is high quality. And sometimes it is something of very high quality that your mother bought when they got married. Now you're a mother yourself. You are still using that thing your mother bought and passed on to you as her daughter. Sometimes it is a blender. Because I have a blender. And how do I know? I have a blender. And that blender, they have a community. They have a community. So one day I decided to read all the stories in that. It's a fantastic blender. It's like when you buy that blender, you don't need another blender for the rest of your life. Some of you have heard me talk about my blender. You don't need another one for the rest of your life. So now I went to the community, and I saw people who said they bought their own 1947. They bought their own 1960. Somebody said the mother or someone, they were moving house, they bought that blender 1972. And when they moved it, they bought it 1972 or something like that. But that thing was 1972. As of the time they were talking about, the thing was still there. They had moved houses and then packed it and forgot it in the garage or something. Then One day they were just turning things around and they saw the blender, brought it, plugged it. It worked as it worked, the same way it worked in 1972. So buy high quality. People think, do you know that it is cheaper to buy high quality than to buy low quality? So you buy low quality shoe. You buy low quality shoe. They give you one shoe, low quality shoe, 2,000 naira. But then another person buys a high quality shoe at 150,000, 300,000 naira or more. Some of the Nike shoes I bought, were like $150, $190 something, $80 something. That's a lot of money. You know, you're buying shoes for like 250, 300,000 dollars. I once had an Air Jordan. I flogged this thing like crazy. And then my Nike shoes, in fact, the one I'm using, the Nike shoes I'm using now, I bought them in 2019, 2015. I bought a couple of them for myself, also for my wife. I'm still using them. But if you buy cheap thing, that's your 2,000 naira shoe, before the guy who bought a shoe for 200,000, before he will change that shoe, you would have bought your 2,000 more than that 200,000. Do you doubt me? Do you doubt me? Do you know that the people who buy airtime, 200 naira, each time they want to buy, they buy 200 naira. Do you know they spend more money? I sat down and calculated with someone like that he was shocked. Because some of us want to buy, we buy 10,000 naira and we forget it and we just continue to make our course. But see these people who buy to 200, at the end, they actually spend more. They buy more. But you might say, okay, but we don't have the bulk money to do that sort of thing. Save money, buy high quality shoes, high quality clothes, whatever you have around you. And then if you're buying a car, it doesn't have to be new, but very high quality car brand that doesn't give you trouble. A Toyota is good anytime, any day. Buy quality. Don't say, oh, this car, whatever, this car is 2 million. But this Toyota Corolla is 9 million. If you have the 9 million, you better buy that Corolla at 9 million because it will serve you better than that your 1.5 million naira car that you will change parts until they ask you to come for deliverance in your church. So buy high quality. The next one is give generously. One of the most powerful scriptures, and something I still don't understand today, is King Solomon says that whoever gives to the poor lends to the Lord. And I tell you something, God loves the giving that is not on camera, not the type that we see on camera. Okay, watch me, everybody follow me. I'm going to change his life now. I'm going to give him 500,000. Jesus said, you have your reward. Because everybody will clap for you. Oh, great guy. On social media, great guy. He's doing giveaway. He's doing whatever. You see all those ones? But the giving that changes people's lives permanently and changes you is the one you do in secret. The one that your right hand doesn't know what your left hand is doing. There's just so much on camera these days. Give generously. I'm telling you, the thing returns. I've never understood it, but try this. If you're having difficulty to pay your big rent, maybe your rent is 6 million or something, but you're struggling to get it, find someone whose rent is 20,000 or 50,000 and pay it. I'm telling you, I don't know how. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Has it happened to you? Pay someone. I cannot tell you how many times I had paid people's school fees. My wife and I had paid people's school fees. And I cannot tell you how many times total strangers have paid my own children's school fees. After I left Shell and things became really, really bad, after I lost all our savings to the scam, things became bad. Things became bad that many times, my children have to stay home because I couldn't pay their school fees. It was a very, very trying time. Not once, not twice. Total strangers that we didn't go asking. We did not go asking them. They paid. In fact, on one occasion, somebody went directly to the school, paid off my son's outstanding school fees, and instructed the school specifically not to tell me who did that. What I'm telling you happened how many years ago? Like 10 years ago or something. This is 2025. Yeah. Like more than 10 years ago. Up to today, I do not know who the person is. But we also did it. Quietly, secretly, we paid. I still remember one child in the neighborhood. Every time when other people have gone to school, this girl would be there, just moving along the street. So one day I called her. I said, why are you not in school? Everybody's not in school. Because she'd been home for like 1 month. And she said the mommy didn't have school fee. The father was living outside the country trying to hustle at the time. And then the poor woman was there, with all the children trying to survive. I said to her, I said, you are going to school right now. Call your mother. I told my wife. So the mother came. How much is the school fee? So my wife and I put the money together, gave the woman. The next day, the girl started school. And I didn't know that God had recorded it. And I was working in Shell at the time. I didn't know God had recorded it. And then only for me, years later, I was in a situation where I couldn't pay my children's school fees without begging anybody, asking anybody. People were paying school fees for my children, left, right, and center. We've also paid school fees, for children, different people in different countries for their university tertiary education. Give generously. It helps you. It helps you, to live the luxury life. Because you see, they say that the givers never lack. And it's very, very true. And then, what else is a luxury lifestyle than a life that does not lack? Final step, make high quality friends. Make high quality friends. There have been so many luxury things that I just got on a phone call. I didn't have the money, but I had a contact. And there are also things like that my friends have gotten from me. They didn't have the money, but they had my number. And it was just a number away. So the Igbo ancestors, my ancestors, say that he who has relationships is richer than he who has money. I tell you it's true. So many things that people have done for me just because I have their contact, that if I were to pay for it, I do not have enough money. I wouldn't have had enough money to pay for it. I'll go to the US and then somebody, we take her time. In the US, take her time. Take time off work, take time off that, and drive me all around the place. Shopping, drive me here, go there. And then I go to the US and somebody say, take this car and use and drive around. So if I were to rent that thing myself with my money, do you know how much that is? So guys, build relationships. Many of you you've made yourself lonely. You've made yourself unfriendly. You've made yourself unapproachable. Neighbors can't approach you and you can't approach them. You're not in talking terms. And then to worsen the whole thing, your religious brain has been so dysfunctional that everything that your brain is wired to see enemies. And the only thing they talk about in your church, enemies. Somebody is plotting this against you. Somebody is plotting against your marriage. Somebody is plotting against your... Because of it, you do not have real friends. How many of you have real friends? How many of you doing this, all this enemy? How many of you have real friends? How many of you have friends you can call at midnight and they will answer? Thank God I have such friends. Once I was outside the country, and then my wife got into a sudden emergency, her health, she just started feeling somehow. And she was alone in the house because the children have all left home. And she was alone in the house. And it was in the night. I picked up a phone, called my friend. At that time of the night, he left everything. and went to attend to my wife. Do you have that kind of friend? That's what you should spend time building, and it will definitely help you. So, in summary, tonight's topic was how to manage your money responsibly and still enjoy a luxury lifestyle. And I've said, step number 1, define what success means to you. Don't let social media, don't let the community, don't let society define success or define luxury for you. And number 2, I said, cut down on your expenses. Treat every expense as guilty before proven innocent. So once there's something to spend money, look at it immediately as guilty until it is proven innocent. That's when you buy. Okay. Number 3, pay yourself first. That's the only way you can guarantee your future, and you can guarantee that the lifestyle of luxury will continue into the future. Number 4, give generously. Whoever gives to the poor lends to the Lord. And then number 5, make high quality friends, because he who has friends is richer than he who has money. Have you enjoyed tonight? All right, so time for aha moments. Okay, so everyone, your aha moments. Okay, your aha moments, everyone. Type in the comment section. What made the day for you? What was it you loved about tonight? What did you learn that you are going to carry through? Okay. Yes, Njideka says, yeah, okay. If I'm not investing, I won't be paid in the future. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I had asked to do that. All right. Okay. What are your aha moments? Okay, let's see. I think I'm seeing something on Facebook. Okay, very good. McDonald Arinze said, whatever money can buy, relationship can give it to you too. Absolute aha moment. I love it. I love the way you put it. Whatever money can buy, relationship can give it to you too. Very, very true. Okay, Stephen says, aha moment, luxury means living healthy. Absolutely. Somebody said that a healthy person has many wishes, but a sick person has only one wish. And I think that is a very good juncture to round off tonight. And as I was saying that, Chinweze Uhebu said, my aha moment, treat every expense as guilty before proven innocent. Yes, powerful quote. Okay, and actually I'm going to put that quote up. Treat every expense as guilty before proven innocent. Once you see something, you see that cloth that looks like it has your name on it, you really love it. You're not looking for clothes, but you just went there, and then you look at it, treat it immediately as guilty. It's a guilty expense until you really prove that it is innocent. Okay? And then Denwa Udo says, moral of the lesson for me, someone who has quality friends is richer than someone who has money. Okay? Very good. Priska says, my aha moment is to help those who need help. Fantastic. So this is where we end it tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever happens, actually, before it happens, this is to let you know that the Financial Fitness Challenge Class 5, Cohort 5, is enrolling now, and the early bird is currently on. Take advantage of the early bird before you have to pay the whole thing. The Financial Fitness Challenge helps you to assess your true financial situation and to craft a pathway ahead, a path ahead for your finances, because you can't just wake up without a plan and expect to get rich, okay? And then we also emphasize your need to get involved in the financial markets, because many people spend all their lives knowing only the labor market, but the main money is in financial markets, the stock market, cryptocurrency, real estate index, all kinds of things, you know. And then we also help you and encourage you to set up a system that will allow you to make money, manage money, and then multiply money automatically. The fee is $125,000 to participate in my mentorship, my mentorship. But we are running the early bird right now for $105,000. DM me for payment and enrollment details and take advantage of that today. And whatever happens, keep showing up because you never know what's coming your way next. Cheer up. And I will see you exactly same time tomorrow. Good night, everyone.